Last weekend we pulled the roofing off of my mother-in-law's house and all of her gutters and fascia. Got a pile of aluminum gutters and fascia, and then a pile of steel. This is what I got for 84 pounds of, they called it old sheet aluminum. 20 cents a pound. I got $17. And it was clean. I pulled out all of the nails, all of the screws. I was hoping to get $24 because that's about how much it costs when we go to this sandwich shop in Spokane Valley called Seamus's. Actually, there's a couple locations in Spokane. Anyway, when we get a sandwich, each get a sandwich and a beer, it's about $25. So that's, I was hoping to get enough to pay for our lunch, but not quite. I'm gonna load up our steel, but then there's also this shower chair. I don't know if I'm gonna break it down or just throw it in the garbage. It is aluminum and it is broken, so we can't give it away or anything like that. There's my load of just shreddable steel. At least I'm not paying to take it to the dump. I'll get paid a tiny little bit instead. And I got a few more pieces of aluminum from a curtain rod and from that shower chair. You can see part of it there. That is aluminum, but there's a bunch of steel in it, and I didn't want to take the time to pull it all apart, so I just added it with my steel. This is a pretty exciting find. So this is some of the stuff I got from that garage sale that where everything was free, and about a month ago. And so I grabbed this coffee can just full of metal stuff. Inside it were these, I didn't know what they were because I couldn't read the little writing even with my glasses on, so I had to use a magnifying glass. They are a Panoma Electronics mini test clip, which is no big deal. They're selling on eBay for like $3.99, and I wouldn't sell it because I don't know how to test it. I don't know if it's any good. But I was pulling one apart, and this is what I found inside. And then I thought, wait a minute, that looks like a gold pin. So here's what we usually pull out of things, little tiny gold pins. These are actual great big giant gold pins. I looked it up online, what's inside a Panoma Electronics mini test clip, and it said gold plated. I was pretty excited about those gold plated pins. So I've got a couple of them, and I'm gonna pull them apart, take those pins. Oops. This is what I got out of one metal coffee can from a free estate sale. So this is just the shred steel. Couple little pieces of wire, copper wire. 4 great big gold-plated pins. 3 pieces of brass. I actually think there was a 4th piece of brass and I dropped it. This thing, which I don't yet know what it is, and except that I know that it is cast aluminum. I was able to pull one part off. This is still needs to be taken off until it's clean die cast. But I did a stupid thing. So this had little screws on it. I pulled the screws off and it was like stuck. And so I set it down and this thing came flying off. This great big spring was inside there, and so I am wearing glasses, not safety glasses, but if that thing would have been aimed at me, oh my goodness, I would have been black and blue. And I got a little copper bearing motor, and then all of that is cast aluminum. Not bad for or one can. I'm gonna either, I think this can just go as a motor, and then I won't have to break it down any further because all of those were pretty tight and I messed with it just for a little while and it's getting pretty late. I want to get finished up here. Can number 2. In one of my free finds, I found this Kodak M4 Instamatic movie camera. I looked it up and they really don't sell for anything. And I didn't have all of the parts to it, so I was just gonna throw it in my steel shred. But then just now I thought, I might as well open it up and see if there's anything of value inside. So I took off the back, which involved 2 screws. So I see a little bit of brass and some copper and copper over here, in there, brass or copper there. So there's just a few little easy to get to screws. I think this is aluminum. So I'm gonna pull it apart a little bit and see what I can get out of it. So how cool is this? It's very steampunk-ish. This took way too long to pull apart the camera, and once you get started you've got to get that little piece and you gotta get it clean, and so I just kept going. So I have a good piece of cast aluminum. I've got some red brass and yellow brass and a little bit of copper, and this is brass and it's got a little bit of aluminum on it. This is just my scrap steel sheet aluminum. So here we've got copper with silver connectors on it, and then on this piece of plastic there's, I believe, silver contacts there too. Then inside here, where's my finger? There it is. I think it might be a gold pin. I'm not sure. And then down here, I was wondering if these might be gold as well. Because they were connected to this, but it might just be more of the yellow brass. If anyone has a idea, let me know. And then this is a whole bunch of little pieces of aluminum. This is the wire, red and green. And then there was a couple of non-magnetic screws. I don't know what they are made out of. And then this here, it doesn't look like copper. I was wondering if it might be gold, because it was attached. It's like a gold, I was wondering if it was like the gold ribbon that you see sometime. Well, anyway, that's what I got out of it. I may have rethought my entire thought process about mixed tin. Woo! Well, now you can all come visit me at my house. Alright. It is 1.5 cents a pound, And silly me, I forgot to take a picture of my truck when it was loaded. I forgot to do that this morning. It was up over the bed. I had a couple chairs on there. I had those 4 microwaves on there. It added up to 480 pounds. I get $30 a net ton. Got $7.20. And I was saying, oh, that's better than having to take it somewhere and dump it. I don't even think it would cost $7.20 to dump it. And I had to load my truck. I had to bring it down here. I had to unload my truck. I mean, yes, it's better for the environment to recycle it than to throw it away. But I don't know how much did I harm the environment by driving it down here and fuel, and I don't know. This is something kind of cool. These were just the last part of one of the coffee cans filled with metal that I picked up at that free garage sale. I was just going to recycle them because these are mostly copper, and then I think this inside is brass, but it might be copper also. But this is steel, and I couldn't get the middle part out because of the way the feet are on there. So I looked it up online, and these sell on eBay or wherever online for about $5 each. And then these down here are aluminum. They were selling this, the KSU23 were selling for about $6 each online. And then the little ones were selling for about $4 each online. And then there were a couple little misfits over here. So took some pictures, and I'm going to try to sell them on eBay. Yeah, so good find. I'll let you know what happens. Here's another, I think, exciting find. This was also part of that free garage sale. So again, I was just going to pull it, see if I could pull it apart. I kind of didn't think so, because this was aluminum, but the rest of, and this was aluminum, but the rest of it is steel. I thought it would probably be kind of too hard to pull apart, and it would probably end up just going in my shred steel. But I looked it up on eBay, and one just sold, exact same model, everything. It was on for $400, and then it was crossed out, so I don't know how much exactly it sold for, but it had a broken handle. My handle is in all one piece, and so my husband hooked it up to our air compressor, and it works. So we tested it. It goes forward and in reverse, and it doesn't leak air. The only thing we didn't do was test out the bit, so I will have to put that in the description. So I'm excited to see if maybe I can get $300 to $400 out of it.